But a beautiful moon is shining. Pele is everywhere. Now, we all know that the word lava, L-A-V-A, that's not a Hawaiian word, right? Everybody understands lava is Italian. And that Pele is the word for molten rock. Lowercase p, uppercase p, goddess. Lowercase p, the molten rock. So when digging goes on in the Pele, you are digging into an aumakua. You are digging into a kupua. You are digging into an akua. Let's make no understanding. So our worldview is a little bit different than it's just, oh, that's lava. And I know that there's pahoehoe and there's and I'm going to dig into. No. You're going after an ancestor. And they're up there, and in that moonlight, they see a mind-blowing silver plant glowing in the moonlight. And they call that one beautiful. It's quiet. Quiet. The most quiet place they'd ever been. It's cold. And they're resting and contemplating. Whoa! Whoa! The Hawaiian petrel comes flying in from its flight to Alaska, non-stop. The ua'u, the ahinahina, the apapane, the i'i, they're all in the kumulipo. They are mentioned as that thread that we hold on to. And the sound that ua'u makes is its name. It's onomatopoetic. Lovely. Lovely. Over time, those creatures and the shared experiences became felted into the kapa that is our mauli, our life force, as Kanaka Maoli. Those names we just voiced as ancestral memory, amakihi, apapane, iiwi, ua'u, ahinahina, they ring out in our meliko ihonua, our cosmogonic creation nua, our cosmogonic creation chants. Those birds and those things that comprise the ecosystems of Hawaii are family. With the confirmation, the rationalization, when people say, that's a sacred space? Yes, it's a sacred, sacred place. They're part of our spiritual foundation. And when those first kupuna got back down, they agreed that the summit areas and everything therein must be sanctified. And they decreed at that point that they would be wahikapu, sacred places. And on their behalf, I will continue to oppose the desecration of the summit area of Haleakala. I oppose it.
Mahalo, Uncle. Aloha e Yorana Tato.
Yorana.
O wao tiare, moana, tahori, vainerere, ko'ino. My name is Tiare Moana Tahori Vainerere. And recently, well, it's been a while, but I moved from American Fork, Utah, back to my motherland. I want to tell you my story, my huaka'ian journey, and how my connection to the Mauna and to Haleakala and what it means to me. 3 years ago, I could not walk. I went to all the doctors. I was like a guinea pig. They tried to heal me, but no Western or conventional medicine would work for me. Mai na'au told me to come home. Sorry if I get a little emotional. I am a walking, breathing, living testimony. Part of my healing was going up to the Mount Kala. Trying to explain this to someone on the mainland was really difficult. They did not understand. People in Utah, they know what it means to stand in holy places, even when you have to stand alone. And part of that journey and protocol inside of me, I have the faith to heal myself. However, was given the opportunity to heal from this man. And I went to the Mauna to give my oli, to give my pule, in many other sacred places, to gather Navai Eha. And while on the mountain praying, because it is a sacred holy place, I tried to find an area to keep to myself, but people were taking pictures of me. I'm just entertainment to them. Please understand that this Mauna here represents more than just a triangle. It's me, my ohana, my lineage. From Kaupo over to Kula is where my lays, and Keakua at the top. And this is my connection and my healing journey. Please do not desecrate. Please do not force assimilation. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Number 49.
Aloha mai kako, uvao o Crescent Kamehameha Pumin. My sister and I are direct linear descendants to the great George Helm. I am a 9th grade Kaipuni student at King Kekolike, and I stand here today as a young Kanaka to share what I've been taught, but also as a descendant of Olahui that has carried the kuleana to protect our aina. I speak not just for myself, but for my kupuna and for the generations who will live with the impact of your decisions. Let me educate you. Haleakala is not vacant land. It's not just a mountain on a map. It's a sacred ancestor. It's a place where our people pray, chant, and bury our loved ones. It's where we go to feel connected to our kupuna, to each other, and to Keakua. Long before telescopes were ever built, our ancestors were already studying the stars. They navigated across the Pacific using the sky. They understood astronomy in a way that was rooted in relationship, not control. For us Hawaiians, the summit isn't a platform for development. It's a place of ceremony, reflection, and identity. In 1893, our Hawaiian kingdom was illegally occupied without the consent of our people, and we are still under illegal occupation. Since then, decisions about our land have often been made for us and not with us. During World War II, Haleakala was used by the U.S. military. On Ko'olawe, the U.S. military bombed our sacred island for decades. It took years to protest to stop it, and the land is still healing today. On Mauna Kea, telescopes were built even after many of our people said a'ole. In 2019, kupuna were arrested for protecting that mountain. Think about that. Our elders in handcuffs for standing on their own sacred land. As a teenager, I shouldn't have to fight battles that should have been resolved generations ago. Our aina isn't property, it's our home, our history, and our future. It sustains our bodies and our culture and our identity. When it's harmed, the pain doesn't stay in the land, it lives within us. Our ancestors were master navigators, astronomers. They read the stars without building on sacred summits. We aren't against science, we respect knowledge, but knowledge shouldn't come at the cost of indigenous identity. And if this is really good for humanity, then our voices on our sacred places should matter too. If someone built on your church or your family graveyard after you asked them not to, you call that progress? This fight did not begin with my generation. Our kupuna stood up first. Now that kuleana has been passed to us, my generation will live with the consequences of what you decide. But we will also continue to fight on. We will fight on because our aina is sacred. We will fight on because our identity is not negotiable. We will fight on because protecting Haleakala is protecting who we are. We will stand firm as kia'i for our aina. We will not give up. We will not be silenced after we will remain committed to protecting our aina and respectfully fight on in kapua aloha. Please don't add another wound to Haleakala. Let it remain sacred. Let it remain whole. Let it remain a place where young Hawaiians like me can stand, feel proud, and know our culture still matters. Protect the mauna, protect the aina, protect our future. As this olelo no'ea reminds us, a'ohehana nui ke alu'ia. No task is too big when done together by all. Our lahui will continue to stand together in protecting our sacred places. Mahalo nui loa.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
50. We're getting close to 9 p.m. 50.
Aloha. Ko Noa with Mana Tahari Wilkins. The question is, why? Why would you guys put telescopes on top of our mauna that we live on or used to live on? Why? Just why? We are protesting not just for that, but you guys built all over our island, all over. Can't stand it no more. Can't. Mahalo.
Number 51. You number 51. Mahalo.
Aloha mai kako. My name is Shale Loko Maikai Pukalani Borden. I stand before you as a Kanako Iwi, born and raised on Molokai, now residing in Pukalani, Maui. I come with deep aloha and a strong sense of kuleana to speak in opposition to the proposed construction of the additional 7 telescopes on Haleakala. Haleakala is not just land. It is not an empty summit. It is sacred. It is our vau akua. It is the piko of our island, a place where our ancestors prayed, navigated, and connected to the heavens long before telescopes ever stood there. The very name, Haleakala, House of the Sun, carries mo'olelo, genealogy, and identity. It is sacred to us. As someone raised on Molokai, an island that has fought tirelessly to protect its sacred lands and cultural resources, I was taught that we do not separate ourselves from the aina. Aina is our kupuna. It feeds us, holds our iwi, and carries our stories. Now living in Pukalani, in the shadows of Haleakala, I feel that kuleana even deeply. Every day I see that mauna. Every day I am reminded that it is our kuleana to protect it. Haleakala has already endured development. Multiple telescopes already occupy the summit. The cumulative impact to the fragile ecosystem, to cultural practices, to the spiritual integrity of that space cannot be ignored.
Ew.
Adding 7 more structures, particularly for military purposes, intensifies that impact. It is not simply about science versus culture. This is about overuse, overreach, overstaying your welcome, and the continued militarization of Vahikapu without true, meaningful consent from Kanaka Oiwi. We must ask ourselves, at what point is enough enough? When do we say that preservation takes priority over expansion? Cultural impact cannot be mitigated by landscaping plans or access promises. Spiritual desecration cannot be offset by funding packages. Our kupuna entrusted us with the kuleana to malama aina. Kuleana is not a symbolic word. It is an obligation. It is our obligation as Kanakaoiwi. We are temporary stewards of this vahikapu for generations yet unborn. If we allow further industrialization of Haleakala Summit, what are we teaching our kiki about our values, about respect? I urge you to deny the proposal for these 7 additional telescopes. Protect Haleakala, protect what remains of its sacredness, honor the purpose, honor our people, our kupuna, whose mo'oku auhau are tied to this mauna. I'm finishing up. We are not against knowledge. We are not against the stars. Our kupuna were master navigators who read the heavens, read the stars without concrete foundations and military infrastructure. Woo! We humbly ask that sacred spaces be respected and that development does not continue at the expense of our cultural survival. It is our kuleana to protect and preserve these vahipana for generations to come. Mahalo.
We are getting to the 9 o'clock hour. This will be our last testifier. We ask that everyone else please submit their testimony in writing. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Is it on? Thank you. My name is Dick Mayer. I'm a 58-year resident of Upcountry Maui. I'm a former professor at the college here in Maui and taught for 34 years teaching economics. I was also the vice chair of the Citizen Advisory Committee that put together the community plan for this area, which includes the summit of Haleakala, and I'll be referring to that. The location of the proposed telescopes is within Maui's Makawao, Pukalani, Kula Upcountry Community Plan District. Consequently, the project is subject to the requirements of the community plan, and the final EIS must indicate how the telescope project will comply with the community plan. The County of Maui has in its county code provisions 2.80b, 0.03b, 30b. All agencies shall comply with the general plan and administrative actions by agencies, and they must conform with the general plan. And that includes the community plans, which are part of our general plan. And so that's a requirement that you will have to follow in preparing your EIS. So what does the community plan say with regard to this? It says, encourage federal, state, and county cooperation in the preparation of a comprehensive Haleakala Summit Master Plan to promote orderly and sensitive development which is compatible with the natural and native Hawaiian cultural environment of Haleakala National Park. That's verbatim. And that's extremely important because you have not done that. This project has segmented itself, and that's another part of the environmental code. You cannot segment things. The entire top of the mountain has been taken over by the federal government, the national park, the FAA radio towers, the Inouye Solar Telescope, the military operations that are going on, and now you want to add another 1 acre of land, and you're trying to diminish it. It's only 1 acre, and these are small telescopes. The fact that they're small, the fact that it's only 1 acre, does not get away from the fact that you're segmenting the overall impact of federal activities on top of our mountain. And that's very important. And consequently, I'm going to ask you that the environmental documents that you prepare, your final statement, be very comprehensive and prepare and fund a master plan for the summit of Haleakala that takes into account the cultural significance, the natural environment, the cultural things that are up there, the preservation of the holy sites that are up there. That should be part, and in fact, it should be done prior to the final EIS. There should be a comprehensive plan done in the proper manner that all master plans are done.
And I urge you to do that and to follow those requirements.
Thank you, sir.
As a reminder, you have the ability to submit comments online. You have the ability to mail them in. You can also hand them in person as you do this. Thank you for your testimony. This hearing is closed at 9:06 p.m.
It's not right. You're up here for nothing. I should protest because it's not their meeting. Paid by the taxpayers. They get away with nothing. They get away with everything.
Babe, should I stop the live?